What if I told you that right now, as you're listening to this, your brain is producing a molecule so powerful that a single breath of it could make you meet God, die, and come back to life, or travel to dimensions that don't exist in our reality?
What if I told you that this same molecule has been found in over 200 plant species, in animals across the globe, and that ancient shamans have been using it for thousands of years to communicate with spirits?
And what if I told you that cutting-edge scientists at the world's most prestigious universities are now proving that these impossible experiences might actually be windows into the true nature of reality itself?
Well, that would sound absolutely insane, wouldn't it?
But here's the thing. Every single word of what we just said is backed by peer-reviewed science, published research, and documented evidence.
Welcome to the Quantum Soul, where science meets spirit and reality gets complicated. I'm your guide through the mysteries that make scientists question everything they thought they knew.
And I'm a neuroscientist who spent years studying the impossible, and I'm here to tell you that the impossible might just be Tuesday for your brain.
Today, we're diving headfirst into the most mind-bending molecule on Earth, N,N-dimethyltryptamine, better known as DMT. But fair warning, folks.
After today's episode, you might never look at consciousness, death, or reality the same way again.
Because what we're about to share isn't just another psychedelic story. This is about a molecule that's rewriting the textbooks on human consciousness, challenging our understanding of life and death, and opening doors to therapeutic breakthroughs that could save millions of lives.
Let's start with the bombshell that made my jaw drop when I first read about it. This molecule, DMT, it's not some exotic lab creation, is it?
That's what makes this so absolutely incredible. DMT is being produced inside your body right now. As we speak, your brain, your lungs, possibly other organs are manufacturing this reality-altering compound.
Think about that for a second, listeners. Evolution spent millions of years crafting your biology, and for some reason, some purpose, it gave you the ability to produce one of the most powerful consciousness-altering substances known to science.
And here's where it gets even stranger. Your body doesn't just make DMT. It has an entire system designed to destroy it almost instantly. An enzyme called MAO acts like a biological bouncer, breaking down DMT before it can take effect.
It's like evolution installed both the most advanced virtual reality system ever created and a kill switch to keep it turned off. Why would nature do that?
That's the million-dollar question that's driving researchers at Imperial College London, the Federal University of Ceará in Brazil, and laboratories around the world completely crazy with curiosity.
And the research they're doing? It's not just fascinating, it's revolutionizing how we understand the human brain. Using cutting-edge fMRI and EEG technology, they're watching in real time as DMT transforms the brain into something different.
Different how?
Picture your brain normally working like a well-organized orchestra, right? Each section playing its part, following the conductor. But when DMT hits, it's like every musician suddenly starts improvising together, creating harmonies that shouldn't be possible.
And the experiences people report during these sessions, they're not random hallucinations, folks. They're surprisingly consistent across cultures, across centuries, across completely different contexts.
We're talking about encounters with intelligent entities, geometric patterns that seem more real than reality, profound spiritual insights, and experiences of dying and being reborn that feel more authentic than everyday life.
But here's what made my spine tingle when I first learned about it. Researchers are finding that DMT experiences are almost identical to what people report during near-death experiences.
Not similar, not kind of like, identical. The same tunnel of light, the same sense of leaving the body, the same encounters with otherworldly beings, the same life reviews, the same feeling of ultimate love and understanding.
Which raises a question that should make everyone listening lean forward in their chair. Is DMT actually giving us a preview of death? Is this molecule our brain's way of preparing us for the ultimate transition?
Or, and this is where it gets really wild, Are near-death experiences actually caused by a massive release of DMT in the brain during moments of extreme crisis?
Rick Strassman, the pioneering researcher who wrote DMT, the spirit molecule, proposed that the pineal gland, that tiny, mysterious structure deep in your brain that ancient mystics called the seat of the soul, might be releasing DMT at the moment of death.
And if that's true, then we're not just talking about a psychedelic drug. We're talking about a biological mechanism for transcendence that every human being carries within them.
But folks, before anyone gets any dangerous ideas, we must talk about the risk.
This isn't a game, and it's not something to experiment with casually.
Unsupervised use of DMT can be fatal. We've seen tragic cases, like the 19-year-old British man who died during an ayahuasca ceremony. This is serious medicine that requires serious respect and serious supervision.
That's why our focus is purely educational and scientific. We want to understand what legitimate researchers are discovering about this incredible molecule.
And those discoveries are pointing toward therapeutic applications that could revolutionize mental health treatment. We're seeing preliminary studies suggesting that DMT could treat severe depression in hours instead of weeks.
Patients who haven't responded to any conventional treatment are experiencing rapid, dramatic improvements. We're talking about real hope for people who thought they were out of options.
But the deeper we dive into DMT research, the more questions emerge. Why is this molecule found throughout nature? Why do plants that have never been in contact with each other produce the same compound?
It's like nature itself is trying to tell us something about consciousness, about reality, about the hidden connections between all living things.
And that brings us to the ultimate question that's going to haunt you long after this episode ends. If a single molecule can unlock experiences that feel more real than reality itself, what does that say about the nature of the reality we think we're living in every day?
Are we experiencing just one narrow band of a much broader spectrum of consciousness? Is what we call normal reality actually the limited, filtered version of something far more vast and interconnected?
These aren't philosophical questions anymore, folks. They're scientific questions being investigated with rigorous methodology in some of the world's most respected institutions.
And the answers they're finding are going to change everything we think we know about life, death, consciousness, and our place in the universe.
But here's where things get absolutely mind-blowing, and I mean this literally. Next episode, we're going to reveal the shocking discovery that Amazon shamans made thousands of years ago that modern science is only now beginning to understand.
Are you talking about the chemical conspiracy between two completely different plants that shouldn't even know about each other's existence?
Exactly. How did ancient tribes discover that combining one plant containing DMT with another plant containing MAO inhibitors would create the most powerful spiritual medicine on Earth? It's like they reverse-engineered advanced neurochemistry without microscopes or laboratories.
And wait until you hear what happens when researchers try to recreate these ancient brews in controlled clinical settings. The results are, well, let's just say some scientists are questioning whether consciousness is even produced by the brain.
Plus, we're going to dive into the disturbing cases of people who experienced shared DMT visions, seeing the same entities, visiting the same places, bringing back the same information. How is that possible if it's just a hallucination?
Right now, you should be seeing the next episode appearing on your screen. Ayahuasca, when ancient wisdom meets quantum science.
And trust me, what you're about to discover in the next 20 minutes will completely shatter your understanding of what's possible for human consciousness.
If you thought this episode was mind-bending, the next one will leave you questioning whether reality itself is just one frequency in an infinite spectrum of existence.
Click that next episode right now and continue this incredible journey with us in the playlist, The Spirit Molecule Chronicles, a scientific journey beyond reality.
Because what we're about to reveal next isn't just science, it's the key to understanding why humans have always known, deep down, that there's more to existence than what meets the eye.
Don't stop now. The rabbit hole is just getting deeper, and the answers are about to get even more extraordinary.